Hey, real estate investors, are you tired of all of the competition in your market? Seems like every time you find a good deal, somebody else is swooping in and offering more money, which is making it hard for you to get deals and even harder to make a profit. Well, did you know that there's a secret way to get into deals that none of your competitors are currently doing? It's called a short sale, and they work perfectly in an economy like this. With interest rates rapidly on the rise, property values are declining, and many homeowners that bought homes 24, 36, 48 months ago are finding that they now owe more than their house is worth. And when they get themselves into a bad financial situation, they can't sell the house because they owe the bank $300,000 on a house that's now suddenly worth $260,000. Now here's the best part. They can still sell the property by participating and working with the lender to do something called a short sale. Now a short sale is a transaction in which the lender or lenders agree to accept less than the mortgage amount that's owed by the current homeowner. In some cases, the difference is forgiven by the lender. Since a short sale generally costs the lender less than a foreclosure, it can be a viable way to minimize the investor's or the bank's loss. Now, why would lenders do a short sale? Because it's far easier to take a haircut while working with the homeowner than it is to take them through the entire foreclosure process and end up getting it back at foreclosure auction, where then they have to take possession, they have to take ownership, they have to try to get it sold off. Now, my favorite part about short sales is not only are they extremely profitable for us as real estate investors, but we also get to help homeowners that find themselves in a very difficult spot. Now, unfortunately, the only two parties that really exist to help these struggling homeowners are attorneys who are going to encourage them to file bankruptcy, and real estate agents who are going to completely ruin the process by listing the property for more than it could actually ever sell for. So I want to give you guys the 10 steps that you must know to get a foreclosure deal and purchase it at a steep discount. Now I'm going to be referencing my slides, so when you see my eyes shift left, I'm looking at my slides to make sure I deliver all 10 of these because they're incredibly important. Please write them down. Step number 1, you first identify potential short sales. Now the best part about this is it's public record. Anytime somebody is in trouble on their mortgage, unable to pay, a notice of default or lis pendens is filed against the homeowner at the county recorder's office or at the courthouse. So simply knowing where to look begins this entire journey. Once we've identified the properties that are at risk of being lost by the homeowner and going to auction, we're going to go to step 2. We're going to go look at the property. Now, if you live thousands of miles away from the property, that's okay. We've got great technology now. Google, Zillow, Trulia. We can see properties now from space. So look at the property and see if it's something that you actually want to own as a real estate investor. Number 3, do your research. When did they buy it? How much did they borrow? How much do they owe? What is the property worth? We're then going to look at step 4. We're going to find all of the liens, all of the mortgages that exist on title, and then we're going to figure out the financing. So do they have a first? Do they have a second? Are there any judgments or liens that we have to deal with? All of this comes from the title company, which makes this pretty simple for all of us. Step 6, contact the lender. Okay, now the lender is going to give you a complete lender's short sale application. You will fill this out with the homeowner and submit it to the bank. That's step 7. Now, step 8, we're going to assemble the proposal. So homeowner owes $300,000. We have to justify why we're only offering $200,000 when the lender is owed $250,000. Now put yourself in the shoes of the lender. Why am I going to take a $50,000 haircut on a loan that they signed for 3 years ago? Why would I do that? Well, oftentimes when people are having financial difficulties, they stop watering the lawn, they stop upkeeping the property. If there's been any major storms, the roof might be in shambles, and they just don't have the financial means to keep the property in good condition. So as the property goes down in value, it's worth less to the bank. So if I, the lender, can take a $50,000 loss today and avoid having to take that property back through a long and strenuous and painful and expensive foreclosure process, which varies anywhere from 6 to 18 months, I'd much rather take my losses now than take my losses later. So you as the investor, you need to support and justify why the lender should take less. This is step 9, negotiate the terms. Bank approves of the terms, and then you seal the deal, which means close the transaction. Now, what you've done is you've just purchased a property for $100,000 less than what the seller owed. Now, I had a situation not too long ago where a couple was living in the property, very unfortunate situation because the husband got sick and was no longer able to work. Now, when they purchased the property 4 years ago, they had both of their incomes to support that monthly payment. But when the husband got sick, he couldn't work. They couldn't afford those payments any longer. So we were able to come in, keep them in that property for 24 months without having to make a payment while we were working with and negotiating with the lender. One of the things I love most about short sales is our ability to help people in bad situations. Now, if they would have gone to an attorney, they would have said file bankruptcy and they would have had to have immediately moved out. If they would have contacted a real estate agent, the real estate agent said, well, let's list it and see what we can sell it on the market. Well, even if they sold it, now the homeowner has to leave and go somewhere else. The beauty about the way we do short sales is we do them in a way to help and serve the homeowner and provide them housing and comfort and security for as long as we can. Now, yes, we get a great deal eventually, but the most important part and aspect of short selling is the ability to help and serve other people. Now, short sales begin, simply contact a real estate office and get a list of all the people in a short sale. Like I said, this is the public document, it's public record, very easy to find. Then you're going to check the MLS listings on real estate websites. You can look for things like the words short sale or other similar language often appears in the text of these individual listings. You can call a real estate agent. They can sometimes provide this list to you, as can local title agencies. Lastly, you can always go and search the courthouse filings either under pre-foreclosures in the area, but these listings are available online in most counties, or you can visit the county clerk's office to get recent pre-foreclosure filings. What you're looking for at the county recorder's office is what's called a notice of default. It'll show up as an NTDF. If you're in a judicial foreclosure market, you're looking for something called a lis pendens filing. Either one of these legal documents being recorded is what begins the foreclosure process. Now, when we negotiate short sales, we do them in the confines of the foreclosure timeline in every state. And as I mentioned, most states that timeline is anywhere from 4 to 6 months. Other states, it can take as long as 24 months for that lender to foreclose. Those types of markets make it very simple for you and I as real estate investors to go in and negotiate incredible purchase prices on these short sale properties. The best part, the thing I love most about this strategy is that nobody else is doing it. Now, while short sales are incredibly lucrative, they're more work than most people want to do, which means when you get involved in this, it's just you and nobody else. It's a wide open highway, just you out there making money and helping and serving homeowners. I don't believe there's anything better than that. So because the couple could no longer afford to make the monthly payments, they found themselves in a foreclosure situation. Now, we became aware of it because of the legal filing. A notice of default was filed. We contacted the occupants and we said, hey, how can we help you? And we were able to help them arrange more affordable housing. We were able to help them to get out from under the weight of that massive mortgage that they had agreed to. The husband was able to get the hospital care that he needed, and the family was finally able to afford to live in the place that they were in. It was a win-win-win for everybody. Hey, if this video brought you value and you'd like to learn more about short sales and helping other people, just click the link below. We've got some additional training there for you.